Romeo, Michigan. Moments ago, Officer Greg Paduch tried to stop this pickup for erratic driving.
Copy, westbound on Gates toward Campground Road.
Now the suspect's doing 70, and Paduch finds himself in his first high-speed pursuit after 11 years on the job.
Now, luckily on this day in Michigan was sunny and the road conditions were good. Now on another day, if it was snowy or icy out, my decision to pursue him may have been different.
What the officer doesn't know is that the suspect is high on crack and still has a stash of rock in his vehicle.
Campground Road, speeds in excess of 70 miles an hour.
As Paduch follows the fugitive down an unpaved road, his pursuit training comes back to him.
Your vehicle has a tendency to slip and slide in the rear on these dirt roads, so if you hit a deep enough pothole, your vehicle could possibly lose control.
Other officers rally to lend Paduch a hand.
Romeo, the deputy in the area.
A county unit lays out spikes, but the suspect avoids the trap. Paduch stays in the chase by following the fugitive's path.
Copy, he missed the spike.
Now with 2 units on his tail, the suspect takes to paved roads again. On the crowded highway, the fugitive really opens it up. Zipping around slower vehicles, the runner quickly builds a big lead.
184, what is your location?
But Paduch doesn't panic. He radios ahead for another cruiser to pick up the chase and uses an open stretch of road to close the gap.
Copy, 185, subject still westbound.
But just as he catches up, an eager deputy leaps into the pursuit, almost sideswiping the veteran officer. The near miss slows Paduch down, and the suspect takes off in the confusion. But Paduch catches up when the fugitive is slowed by traffic. Seeing the officer back on his tail, the runner takes to the median. It may have been 11 years since Paduch was in the academy, but he knows better than to follow this pickup onto rough terrain. But when the suspect tries it again, Paduch is blocked. He has to take the risk. The officer loses traction and flounders in the icy median. Meanwhile, the fugitive gets back on the highway. For now, it's up to the deputy to keep the pressure on. Scrambling to regain the road, Paduch is thrown into a fishtail. He pulls out of the skid moments before hitting a civilian.
184, respond.
The officer re-enters the chase, just as the last cruiser shoots past him. Up ahead, the suspect finally hits a set of spikes. When Paduch catches up, he finds the fugitive's radials are already smoking.
In Shelby Township, officers threw out some stop sticks down a 23-mile road and were successful in flattening the front tires of the suspect vehicle at that time.
Paduch pulls up on the right shoulder. He can see the pickup is ready for a takedown. He keeps up the pressure on the suspect's right. Suddenly, one of the SUVs makes his move, pulling in front to block the suspect off. The driver cuts in front of Paduch and slips through. The 2 officers tried to catch the fugitive in his squeeze play. They didn't know he'd push through and bail into a snowbank.
And before I knew it, I was looking at the rear end of the sheriff's vehicle. The next thing I knew, I had deflating airbags in front of me. It happened so fast.
The suspect was captured within minutes of the crash. Whether it's your first chase or your 50th,
Campground Road, speeds in excess of 70 miles an hour.
every pursuit will have its fair share of surprises. But police training, even if it's 11 years old, is better than a felon's wild driving any day. That's why these cops came out on top, even if the end of this pursuit didn't go as planned.